Why, hello there, and welcome back to another exciting edition of Star Trek Resurgence. This is part 4. I'm not going to run over what happened in the first 3 episodes. If you'd like to check those out, go and watch parts 1 through 3. I think they should all just be on the Twitch VOD, or if you head over to youtube.com /@ArcherGamingUK, you can watch them all there as well. It's even a playlist. So yeah, that is my introduction. I am Scott Archer. It's great to have you with me, and we are going to be continuing Star Trek Resurgence. So we're jumping back to the Elydian ship, which is now under command control and heading, it seems, towards the edge of the galaxy.
It takes a minimum of 8 crew on the bridge to run the ship, so we can expect at least that many hostiles.
If they bioformed Hadri, they know we're coming.
Which means everyone needs to be ready for... Take cover!
Now what? We need that door sealed.
We can handle that. Where do you need us?
There's an access panel there. You should be able to patch into the local...
Why does that dude not do it?
We'll be shot getting there. I'll cover you. On my signal.
How many more people are going to die getting there?
Now!
Move! I feel like... The controller is not registering for some reason. But at least we know what happens if the thing runs out now. There we go. Sorry about that.
Looking for the bridge doors. Wait, what's this?
Got something?
Gravity. If I invert the artificial gravity inside the bridge, that'll throw anyone on the bridge right up into the ceiling.
He'll never see it coming.
Itasca, get ready to charge.
Charge?
Reversing gravity polarity.
Now.
Now!
Amazing.
Close in!
Remember, you guys will get
How do
thrown
we
up
get them
too.
down?
Like that. You're not going to stun them all?
What are we gonna do with them?
We don't have time to take prisoners.
So you're just gonna shoot them?
I haven't decided yet.
That's not just up to you.
I'm the ranking officer.
And we're not in your army.
Let's see Y and X. Why?
These prisoners could be useful to us. But if you kill them, we'll never know.
I can live with that.
Well, I can't.
You're an engineer, not a soldier. This is clearly my territory.
You think you have enemy combatants here? This is a hostage situation.
I don't know, what do you guys think we should do? He has a point. Like, it's their ship, so as long as we can, like, regain it from command control, it's not like we're going to need the access codes or anything. And I don't know if we're going to have to comment on it back, but maybe we should have gone for shoot them. It would have probably not put us in the best standing with Edislar, but we would survive it.
Each one of them has an innocent life inside. I'll keep watch on them.
That is true as well.
As will I. We can't let our
I don't know why we
guard
don't
down
just
on
stun
the
them though.
enemy.
That would make
Petty
most
Officer
sense.
Diaz and I will figure out how to stop the ship.
Let's hurry. The rest of the Takan could show up any minute. Crystals. They're all over this place.
That's like the weapon that we found on the surface.
Careful where you point that thing.
It's not active. I can't see any way this would work as a weapon. It's dead.
Out of ammo?
Not
Maybe.
sure.
Well, we can talk to this dude. I don't really want to talk to him yet. I have to do some scanning. What am I stuck on? Like consoles down here. Actually, there's lots of interact points. Let's interact with the points, maybe.
Gotta figure this out before we get wherever we're going. If the Resolute can't catch up to us, we're in a whole different kind of trouble.
They are not even trying at the moment, but hopefully this item will be soon.
Any trouble?
Don't worry about me. Worry about Stretch over there.
Why?
He's looking for any excuse to vaporize the prisoners. But I'll make sure he doesn't. Even if they're the enemy, it's not right.
I'm here if you need a hand.
Just hurry up and figure out this bridge. That's the best way to help.
And I kind of want to talk to this dude too.
Everything under control?
Yes, these Takan haven't made a move yet.
And what you're doing is working.
There's plenty more I can do, but it doesn't have to be that way. As long as they behave.
Where's the captain?
Captain Ostego did not survive the atmosphere poisoning.
I'm sorry to hear that.
He died defending the Empire. That's how he'd want it.
So the Admiral chappie that we rescued was not in charge. Was not in command of the ship. It was the captain as well.
This console looks unaffected.
That one looks a little bit more affected. Seriously, I'm going to have to walk around to use the stairs.
There are two interfaces on top of each other.
This is not a Lydian programming.
Ah, one is to con, presumably. And this is our first scan point.
It's the Takan language.
From what I can tell, the ship's systems are actively responding to input.
Which is the opposite of how most bridges work. They usually send commands, not receive them.
It's from an intrusive program. This control station won't do us any good.
Oh, there's something over here. Let's go to this console first.
These crystals are Takan technology. They seem to be active, just like the rest of their tech. Tetrametric pulses.
Tetrametric?
It's the energy signature of Takan technology. Everything they make gives off this type of radiation.
They're blocking the inputs. It's not responding at all. Everything I try, it just ignores me.
How did they use it?
So how did the Takan use this tech?
It's beyond me.
Ooh, although as I remember from the TNG episode, I think a lot of the technology was telepathy based, so presumably they interact with the crystals with their minds, maybe?
What have they done to this bridge?
Consoles running themselves, some clogged up with crystals that are sending off tetrametric pulses.
But none of this is sending signals outward. It's receiving.
They're flying the ship from somewhere else.
That should be impossible. But it explains why there's less than a full bridge crew. If they aren't flying the ship from the bridge,
Where
are they controlling it from?
That is a good question. That is a very good question indeed. Oh, wrong bed. So there was another console up here that we could scan.
Engine's a red line. running at full power. But this main drive manifold is spiking way over nominal levels.
Very dangerous.
Even at 100% output, the warp cores wouldn't push this much plasma to the drive section.
That much reactor output would drive us past the theoretical top speed of this ship. So how fast are we actually going?
That's a good question. Which means it's not a console of like a MPH speedometer. Oh no. There's something over here. Oh, that might be real. Yeah, it's just like light reflections from the bridge. What about the prisoners? Nothing that we can scan on them. Nothing in here? Oh, that's the way you came in. Ooh, no, that's just a console, I think. Yeah, that's not like you scan it. Maybe we talk to somebody now. I wish sometimes like the prompts were a little bit more clear.
Look here. It's navigational data.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Already. Headed to the edge of the galaxy.
It's only a display. We couldn't use it to change course or alter speed.
Okay, that was less helpful than I was expecting it to be. What is going on with the controller today? I once again can't do anything. I just moved with the mouse. I'm wondering if the batteries are dead, but normally works because there's no batteries in it when it's like plugged straight in. Let me just pause for a second. I might have to jump to keyboard and mouse in a minute. Okay, there we go. I don't know why it keeps disconnecting. I don't know what else there is to scan.
We're gonna be there in less than an hour.
We can't let that happen.
Hold on, it would take days to go this distance with our fastest ship. We're traveling at a warp factor many times greater than this ship should even be capable of. Even with the engines pushed as hard as they are, they wouldn't produce this speed.
Whether it's these
Takon
crystals
technology?
or the power from the Cartabula, the Takon have found a way to increase the engine output and top speed.
The Resolute's never going to catch us.
The brakes before we outrun anyone who could help us.
We stop it, so they can't get this ship where they're going, and enact the next phase of their plan. That is, if they don't destroy us all first. I would have thought this ship would disintegrate going this speed. And somehow, that hasn't happened yet.
What is that endgame?
What is their endgame? They've transformed individuals, they've transformed this ship. In a way, how far will they go?
As far as we let them. The
That's a
technology
good answer.
certainly doesn't seem to have limits.
I hate to think what the Cartabula could do if it was plugged into something it was meant to power. That's everything. We got some answers.
I don't like what they tell us, though.
If we can learn nothing else, then what's left is to make these Takon talk. And if they don't, we'll dispose of them.
Hey, that's not how we do this.
That is enough from you.
Whoa, 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 watch out!
thought that thing was useless.
It was. No power. Until he touched it.
Only was genetic card holder.
Our technology will only work for one of our kind.
I can assure you, this weapon works just fine for me.
Slow down, Arminta.
You can't control this ship with a disruptor.
But I can use it to control you.
Ah!
Let's talk.
Ooh. I like this dude. This dude should be promoted to at least ensign. Number 1.
The Titan's communications officer says Captain Riker will be ready in just a moment. You need to see this. The report on the data breach.
Damn. It's worse than I'd hoped. They didn't just compromise our shields. They stole the shield algorithms for all of Starfleet as well.
Why do we have that
Every
on one ship?
Potentially vulnerable to attack, making this so much worse than it already was.
Starfleet has to know.
Given the potential consequences, we should notify Starfleet as soon as possible.
I don't disagree, but I'll reach out to Ambassador Spock about it. I don't want to cause a panic, and I doubt he does either.
I have Captain Riker for you.
Let's not mention
Number
any of
one
this
is
shield
gonna-
business to Riker just yet.
What? You don't want to tell anyone anything?
Captain Riker, this is my first officer,
Ooh, he looks
Commander
young
Jara
there.
Ridek.
You finish watching the card.
Sir,
I wish we were all meeting under better circumstances.
So do I, although you and I have actually met before.
We
His
have.
audio quality is different.
I was a young lieutenant on the Potemkin. You were first officer on the Tuckerman. I piloted you and our science officer in a shuttle to survey quantum resonance in the planetary rings of Residius 6.
Oh, yes. Now I remember.
You know, he gave me some good advice that day about a very difficult job. Yours.
well, I'm not one to turn down some words of wisdom, sir.
And let me ask, as first officer on a starship, where does your responsibility lie, first and foremost? To the captain, the crew, or the ship itself?
Oh, this old chestnut. I am curious to hear what she says, though.
I don't know. I don't know. Look at it.
Ultimately, my responsibility is to the crew at large.
The needs of the many. You have been hanging around Ambassador Spock. The truth is, it's a trick question. Every situation
all
is
of them.
different, and there are no easy answers. And in some cases, it might not be any of those three. It could be the prime directive, or the mission.
Yes, so perhaps we should get to the matter at hand. When you were with the Enterprise, you encountered a Takan entity known as Portal 6-3. The Enterprise was held captive in orbit until you were able to convince him to let the ship go.
All of which is detailed in the mission report.
What we want from you is what we can't get from the report. What can we use to get Portal 6-3 to help us?
I've often thought about that over the years. How a small difference in the encounter could have led to disaster. The most important thing is, don't let him push you around. He can appear as a man or as a godlike projection. He'll test you. But don't be overwhelmed by the pageantry and theatrics.
I don't want to offend him.
Are you sure about that? I don't want to anger him.
No, you certainly do not. With a wave of his hand, he could clip your wings and cripple the Resolute. Portal is full of bluster and bravado.
What did Riker say? Captain Riker saw merit in Jorah's cautious approach to seeking help from Portal 6. Did we, I'm curious, did we... Did you... Okay, we didn't
But he can
get
be
anything else
reasonable.
there.
And that's my other piece of advice. You want to appeal to him rationally.
Why didn't Riker
You
go
don't
and
want
do
him
it?
thinking you're acting out of fear.
But we are afraid of the Takan, and with good reason.
He's not the sort to suffer fools. and he'll lose interest if he feels his time is being wasted.
I suppose that's one thing we have in common.
Do you think he knows that the Takan have returned?
He didn't even know they were gone when we went there. But the moment the Enterprise dropped into orbit around Delphi Ardu 4, he downloaded the entirety of the ship's computer. So I'd expect the same when you get there.
What if he won't cooperate and we have to face these Takan ourselves?
Then we have a much bigger problem on our hands.
What I mean is, in the 16 years since you discovered this outpost, there has to have been research. Battle plans for what to do about the Takan if we encountered more of them. I need to know what they are.
If I had that answer, it would have been the first thing I told you.
We both know Command has had their share of hidden plans in the past. Like Admiral Hansen and Captain Shelby's Special Projects Division at Starfleet Tactical, devising new ways to take on the Borg.
Trust me, this isn't some Starfleet conspiracy to keep you in the dark. But if you two don't think you're equipped to make contact, you need to tell me now. Because there is no silver bullet here. Now's not the time to hesitate.
We know what we're
I
doing.
need to know you're up to this.
You're not the only one who's met the Takan anymore. We've faced them in combat. We're not just the right ones for the job. We're the only ones.
All right. Asked and answered. There was a special task force that considered the Takan, and I was part of it. But because there were no other signs of the Empire, we determined the best course of action was to create a restricted zone around the Delphi Ardu system. I have my concerns,
Which we already know about.
but I'll clear the way with the brass for your travel into the restricted space. Just remember what I've told you. And it wouldn't hurt to read some Sun Tzu en route. Or Marcus Aurelius.
Your supplies
Anything
appreciated.
else?
Thank you for your support, Captain Riker.
I wish I could be there myself. But my first officer would probably see to it that I stay on the bridge while they get all the excitement on the away mission. The burdens of command. Rest assured, the Federation is taking this threat very seriously. You won't be alone out there for too long.
Thank you, Captain Riker.
One more thing. Ambassador Spock said that Takan stole some data from your central computer. What's that all about?
We're still assessing the
No,
extent of the
don't
breach.
lie.
Nothing to report as of right now.
That's it? Ambassador Spock suggested it was something more serious. That's why I'm asking.
One thing we know is that they stole Star...
Okay, that was the right decision. I don't know if that was the right decision. I just don't get why Solano is just so against sharing anything with anyone else. Like, at this point, the mission has already failed, according to like what he was saying before. And so like, it doesn't make, like, say, I don't know, say the Titan comes up against the ship that we came up against. We knew that it was their shields that were affected. And then the Titan gets destroyed. And we won't have Star Trek Picard Season 3 or Season 1. So I just don't understand his reluctance anymore. And it's like part, like, I don't want to, like, I'm not trying to be openly defiant to Solano. But he's just making bad call after bad call for no good reason that I can tell. Like, even his stated reason of wanting to salvage his reputation, which is a bad reason to begin with, like when the Federation's at stake, doesn't seem to apply more because we've already told the Federation what's going on. So, I guess he just will want to dig the hole any deeper, but apparently he's going to be enraged because we told Captain Riker that the Shield algorithms had been stolen by the Takan. So let's see how this actually plays out.
Shield algorithms.
The shield algorithms? That could jeopardize every ship in the fleet.
We're still making sure our assessment is accurate. We don't want to raise alarms unnecessarily.
This is as real as it gets, Solano. I have to talk to Starfleet Command now, so I think this conversation has come to an end. I really do hope you get Portal 6-3 and find those Takan before this gets out of control. Riker out.
I specifically said I wanted to keep this under wraps. I thought we had an understanding.
Now all of Starfleet will hear about this.
Someone has to tell Starfleet.
Considering this is new information Ambassador Spock doesn't have yet, I figured Captain Riker would be the closest to communicate directly with Starfleet Command.
Now the cat's out of the bag. I have to think about the damage control of it all. You're dismissed.
He needs relieving of command.
It's the automated Federation warning buoy. Transmitting the disable code Captain Riker provided.
I really hope Solano gets released of command for the end of this. I do not like him one bit.
That was unpleasant. Commander Ermont, what are the conditions of our systems?
All internal systems operational.
Commander Westbrook, what are your scans of the planet?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
No sign of this outrageously powerful Takan being?
I'm running a magneton scan now, but so far, nothing.
Where are you? Prep your way, team.
Where is he? Indeed.
We don't know if Portal 6-3 will cooperate. He's not an asset.
Oh, we're taking quite a few senior officers with us.
We'll be ready for anything.
Not for the timid.
Prove you're worth keeping alive for a little while longer.
I cannot stop this ship any more than you could stop the tides.
Not good enough.
The impotent threats of a lower life form do not sway me. I will not bend to you. I was born 600,000 years ago. But a new age dawns today.
He is Skiano to
Are
play.
you the scion of the
Sorry,
flame?
Scion.
My name is Zan Utlosa. I was born in the final days of the Age of Makto. We are all scions of the flame. Every one of us who have traveled across the bridge of time to be here for the Great Awakening. We have all sworn ourselves to the cause.
Eventually, one of you will break.
You don't understand how overmatched you truly are. This craft was nothing before we imbued it with the speed required by our mission. And the Cartapula produces enough energy to drive an entire fleet of ships like this one. But when we wake the Aphelion, we won't need a fleet.
The Aphelion.
What is the Aphelion?
Then will you understand the might of the Takan Empire.
What is the Aphelion?
And this time,
And when you wake the Aphelion, what are you going to do with it?
anything we want.
Come on! This goes from bad to worse unless you do what they say.
Oh?
It's coming alive.
You can't stop the ship.
Then he will. Or we cut off his hands and use them ourselves.
The moment I reduce speed or change our heading, the others will know. First, they'll just resume course from elsewhere. Trivial matter. And then, they will come here. For you. This is a dead end.
We need a new plan.
I don't know if he's telling the truth, but I don't like it. We need a new plan.
He's just trying to talk his way out of trouble. Why would you tell us all this?
I tell you, because I value my own life. When my fellow Scions come, and they will come, I expect you'll all act like the savages you are, and a battle wounds. We've all died once. I don't intend to do so again. I won't touch those controls. If you want to get us killed, do it yourselves.
You fear death. There's a way to stop this ship for good, and he knows how. He just needs more pressure.
What kind of pressure?
We hurt him, he'll talk. Trust me.
I don't like it.
Starfleet protocol.
Not a
You're not on
Starfleet
a
ship there.
Starfleet ship. Your protocol does not apply. We take the action that will lead to our victory. Don't assume your moral code takes precedence above all others.
We'll find another way.
I'm not going to torture them.
Edislar was relieved when Carter refused to go along with Major Minato's plan to harm the second prisoner. I feel like he would do it anyway, though. Like, I don't know why we're suddenly, like, the authority on this. Major Armata was disappointed when Carter refused to let him approach the con prisoner to get the information they needed. I feel like hasn't torture pretty much been
Like
proven
this.
to never get accurate information though.
There's gotta be something we can work with here. This area here?
Power generation. The warp cores.
It's deserted. What's this?
This display shows the location of the Tacon on the ship. This is where the infiltrators are, the central artery of ship systems. Sensors, propulsion, weapons. Doesn't seem to be working here.
This is weird. Engine status. Right. The warp cores are still practically redlined.
Travel speed.
It's fast. It would be too dangerous to force a warp collapse by cracking one of the propulsion coils. That could rupture the hull. End up damaging the cartabula in the process.
And that risks tearing a hole in space.
We can't have that.
However they've supercharged the Zeldi, it still relies on existing systems.
They just amplify the output?
But the Tacon have already interfaced with those systems. The controls will be no use. So we'd have to find a way to manually shut down the warp cores.
Might not be a manual shutdown as much as it'll be sabotage.
No one appears to be guarding it. I think I can get us there. But once we're in, do you really think you can cripple my ship? Not something I'd normally ask. But I'm coming around to it.
I got this.
I got this. I'm an engineer. This is my territory.
Then we'll follow your lead.
This plan of yours has one problem. It strands us. Left out of the fight when there is a war going on.
Our fight is here, now. This is how we do the most good. For the Empire.
For the Empire.
So, Carter, you didn't beam out after all. I thought you'd escaped when we boarded. I had almost hoped you'd made it off. And Millie's there with you too, right? It's good you two are together.
Miss me?
Sounds like you miss me.
Miranda might have. She was so hopeful about you. But that's not why I called. You're not a fighter. I know it. You know it. That's why you're hiding. Somewhere on this ship. But the Tacon Empire has so much to offer you. Think of all the knowledge lost for 500,000 years that you'd have access to. I know you want more from life, and I want to show you what you could be a part of. Not just the wonders you've already seen from us. In our time, we had the power to move stars. Carter, you have a thirst for discovery. And a part of you would remain to experience the things I
You
can
don't
show
know
you.
me at all.
But if you try to fight it,
You have Miranda's voice, but you're not her. And you don't know me.
of course I do. I remember, well, I remember everything. I remember us. So I'll just explain the reality of what you're up against.
Oh.
Every one of us on this crusade has fought wars more brutal and consuming than you could fathom. But I want to reach a peaceful resolution to this. Carter, we have a plan for you. And for the others, too. We don't want to have to destroy you.
What's the plan?
What's this plan you have? Is it the one where you steal our bodies and erase our minds?
That's a simplistic view of it. Your memories would live on within us. We can continue this conversation in person. I'll see you on the bridge.
Sorry for the static
very
there.
soon.
Our comm badges. She's tracking our location with them.
If we have to use force to free our fellow Scions, there will be casualties.
We can't stay here. And we need to disable the transmitters.
Where'd you go? You don't want to talk to me?
She's trying to keep you talking.
I mean, I get it. But I'm trying to help you.
I like the fact that Miranda was hurt by Carter's claim she doesn't know who meant most when he refused to respond to it. Well, she's not Miranda anymore. She is a Tacon. Move back cover. Disable transmitter.
Got it.
Mine's done too.
Time to hit the road.
So that's what the inside of a combat looks like.
You've forgotten something. They know where we're going.
Set to stun. You're not going to shoot a guy who's unconscious, are you?
You keep getting in my way.
We've managed this far without doing it your way.
We are
Argue on the
hardly
way.
in control of this situation.
You know what? You can argue on the way. Now let's move it.
Maybe we should have killed them, but I feel good that we didn't. He has a more Starfleet thing to do. Are we going to jump back to Ridek? We're on our away mission to Delta, whatever it is. The last Guardian. Oh, he's in. No, it's the Guardian Forever that's in Discovery, isn't it?
Our coordinates match the exact location where Riker met Portal 6-3.
Unlike Riker's team, we beamed down without a problem.
It's quiet.
Too quiet.
Portal has to know we're here.
If he won't come to us, we'll go to him. Spread out.
Already gave it a scan. Dead. Whole planet feels like it's been turned to stone.
Doctor?
Commander, keeping an eye on those iridium levels? Good. Last thing we need are your cells destabilizing on a hostile alien planet.
She makes a good point. Like, there is nothing on this tricorder scan.
This is where Portal 6-3 projected his image.
He was guarding this bridge. That has to mean something.
We'll move forward when you're ready, Commander.
Yes. There's no time like the present. Let's rely on them beeping from the tricorder.
Follow me. Ends here. Is it me, or did that path just disappear?
There was a path there a moment ago.
There must be an explanation.
Portal 6-3.
Tetrametric pulses.
Same energy as
So
the
that
other
crystal
Titan technology.
is in
Most
use.
of the crystals appear dormant. What's different about this one?
Readings indicate there's a cavity in the rock right behind it.
We could try melting a hole through the wall with our phasers.
Worth a try. Nothing.
There's gotta be a weakness. Somewhere it isn't totally solid.
I cannot hold her. It's not much further that way. I wish I could access my tricorder right now to see what is weaker, but I am not allowed to holster the weapon. I'm just going to move the crosshairs over and see if it turns blue at any point. I do not like this. Is one of those frustrating moments. Like I want to just why can't something like use a tricorder? Like I shot a lot of this rock face. This will go a lot faster if people shoot into.
Whoa!
An illusion.
I'm sure
Yes, we
that
should have
wall
just
was
shot
as real as
the-
the rest of them. I felt it.
True so.
It's almost like our holodeck technology, but far more advanced.
The crystals must be absorbing the energy from our phasers.
I'm picking up something. A biosignature.
Portal
Strange.
6-3.
It's there.
With me.
This we know we have our phaser now. I apparently don't have a phaser or a tricorder.
Another dead end.
Or another illusion.
Crewman LaRue, if you would.
Devolve to Resolute.
Let's not
Beam
keep
Crewman
shooting
LaRue directly to
pistols.
medical.
Is he okay?
He'll live.
Not all crystals work the same, it seems.
Don't fire your phasers at any crystals unless we're sure they're putting out the same pulses as before.
Commander, I may be able to speed up the process. I can now detect many different wavelengths of radiation simply by looking. The Takan radiation is unusual, so I can't quite clear it all up, but I was able to eliminate many of the non-tetrametric crystals. Your tricorder should warn you.
That's an enormous help. Thank you, Lieutenant.
It's my honor.
Tetrametric. Good sign.
So can we shoot this one?
Commander!
Look at that.
There's a bridge. And it's apparently
Trust,
real.
but verify.
Indeed.
We don't have any data about what's below the surface on Delphi Ardu 4. And I don't feel a particularly strong urge to find out.
No, me neither, Commander.
That makes two of us.
Okay, I was like halfway across the bridge when I choose truth to look. Why didn't it teleport me back?
Aside from the breathable atmosphere, this is a remarkably inhospitable planet. Traces indicate there was once living flora, but it's been dead so long it's practically turned to stone.
From what Portal told Riker, it was an outpost to defend the far edge of the Takan Empire.
Well, it's not that now. Now, it's a grave.
Sometimes I wish it would let me like walk and like do stuff for a bit before I head back to another cutscene. Do not discharge phaser at this crystal. Do not discharge phaser at this crystal. Do not discharge phaser at this crystal. There's one somewhere around here.
Good.
This way, I guess it is. I hope Westbrook's with us. Where's like the entire waiting gun? Where's Rick? Do you have that one? Do not discharge.
Tetrametric. Better go see what's different.
That's the one we just shot, isn't it? No coherent tricorder from the open balcony. Is that this? Or is that this? I'm assuming it means right here. Do not discharge. Oh, I bet that's here. Right there. Just found it, game.
The way's clear. Good work, Commander.
Thank you very
Make
much,
sure
Doc.
it's safe.
I gotta walk all the way. I'll go ahead down before we're back. That's quite nice. like in sometimes games that you have to walk all the way there while you're through Sunshine doing the thing, and you have to walk all the way back to them. Is this a never dead end or no? We're gonna go through here. That looks like a big crystal right in front of us. And that looks like life.
Incredible.
But some huge
Plants
crystal.
here are actually alive. Is this the biosignature you detected, Doctor?
No, not a match.
We can phaser it.
Tetrametric.
Then it's creating an illusion as well.
Based on the data we have so far.
Only one thing left to do.
Phaser it. Phaser it.
Be ready to beam us out if it turns out we're wrong.
Devolve to Resolute. Lock transporter on away team.
Amazing.
There's nothing like this in any Federation record.
What is this?
The plants.
They're all dead. Or gone even. Portal 6-3 is going to make an appearance now.
Barbarians. It's him. How dare you disturb me? I'd hoped you had enough sense to leave of your own accord, but here you stand. Fools. In another time, I would have destroyed you and your ship simply for setting foot in this place. Fortunately for you, that time has passed.
Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire. We've come a long way to meet you.
Guardian? I am Guardian of nothing. The Takan no longer exist. Don't care to be reminded. If this is why you've come, then you should leave. Now.
You really don't know?
I'm surprised you don't know. With your powers, can't you learn anything?
I can, but you should mind your words.
The Resolute's database is being accessed.
The Takan have returned? After so long, how could they? Explain. Now.
Draconian technology made it possible. To enable the transfer of consciousness from one being to another after physical death. We call it bioforming. A group of Draconians calling themselves Scions of the Flame.
Ooh, I wonder if these are going to be like evil Takan.
Scions of the Flame?
Is something wrong?
I'd hardly call them Takan. They were a radical faction with beliefs outside the mainstream. Beliefs that lesser life forms should serve as vessels to ensure Takan immortality. You want me to help you destroy them. That's why you've come. You want to destroy these scions.
There is a war looming that could engulf the Quadrant. We want you to help us bring about peace before it gets to that point.
Peace always comes at a cost.
They have an incredibly powerful energy source they call the Cartabula.
These scions have the Cartabula.
And they've used it as a weapon against us.
I will speak with you alone.
Whoa.
What are you...
We have been first officer napped. Where are we?
Where are we? Where's my team?
They are safe where we left them. That the scions have stolen the Cartabula is deeply concerning. And to be honest, I'd rather speak with you alone, John Ridek.
So why did you say you put me up to you?
Your colleagues don't know what it means to be the last of one's kind. You and I are remnants of fallen civilizations. The Kobliad, the Takan. One dying, one dead. Our species could not be more different, but we both know the meaning of loss. The others wouldn't understand. It's beyond their ability to comprehend.
We're not so different.
We're more alike than you might realize, in that we accept the inevitability of loss.
If only you understood the glory of the Takan Empire's past.
Is he going to keep teleporting around? Dude, teleporting around when I'm trying to talk to you is really rude. Does the Takan not teach you any manners?
Tell me, why spend your days away from your own people when so few of them are left? Why live your life working for this federation to which the Kobliad do not even belong? And submit yourself to their authority? It makes no sense. Not by my logic.
I believe in the principles.
The Federation isn't an authority to be obeyed. At its heart, it's a set of principles meant to ensure the survival and safety of all species, regardless of their origin. You told Riker you'd wait until you were needed.
Portal 6-3 found Jar to be diplomatic and principled in the first meeting on Delphi Ardu 4.
You're needed now. We need you.
As much as it pains me to learn the Cartabula has fallen into the hands of the Scions, my services are not up for offer.
Oh. So you gotta convince him.
To be chosen as a portal was to give one's entire self to the cause of protecting the Deccan Empire. I left behind everything I know, and now you want me to turn against my own people. A betrayal of my oath, and everything I vowed to protect.
They're killing to come back.
Every Deccan that comes back does so by stealing someone's body. They are killing to come back.
What you call bioforming, we thought of as a marginal science. But if these reborn Deccan plan to restore the Empire, is that a disaster to be avoided? Decanian technology is so advanced, it could save millions of species currently on the brink of extinction, including your own. And at the price of a small few, think of how the many could benefit. Instead, it sounds as if you are reacting out of fear before you have a full understanding of what's at stake. I don't think you've given this full consideration. You may have more to gain than to lose.
You bioforming was
You
wrong.
told me your people didn't use bioforming. That's because you knew it was wrong. Wrong to employ on an individual basis, and surely wrong on a galactic scale.
You are correct. The Deccan did not use bioforming on a large scale. That the way these Scions are using it would not have been accepted when the Empire still stood. I'm curious to see these Scions masquerading as true Deccan. So I will go with you, and we shall find them. But when we do, I will judge them myself as a guardian of the Deccan. To understand their true intentions. For better or worse.
As is your right.
It's certainly your right to make your own decisions. I won't tell you otherwise.
Very well. I'll return.
That was scary for a second. Portal 6-3. When he pressed on why she claimed he was struck by her reasoning and morality.
Commander!
Hold your fire. I'm all right. He's coming with us.
We assumed the worst.
She's perfectly fine. Now then, shall we?
All right. We can beam up your... Do you have any equipment or tools?
I'm going to take that as a yes.
Whoa.
This is all I need.
Away team +1. Ready to beam up.
I think we're going to be going back to that. I forget what the Lydian ship is called, but that ship. Call it! I don't even have our phasers out. The overload incident. Ooh.
Warp cores. That's interesting.
Redundancy. If one goes down in battle, we can still operate.
Makes this more difficult, though.
This ship can maintain warp with half the cores offline. We'll need to disable 3 of them.
Where are the engine schematics? Power flow routing charts.
We're soldiers, not engineers.
Guess we'll figure it out on our own.
I thought you would know what to do.
We have it
We
handled.
understand how to operate it under normal conditions.
You're in good hands. We can do this.
I trust that you can.
You at least know where we should start?
This way.
I kind of want to phase them, but I imagine that's really not what we should do. You guys gonna move or no? We just stand right.
What are we dealing with?
What are we dealing with indeed? Coolant regulator. The thermostatic sensor raised temperatures to automated coolant valve control. Sure, it's not going to be anything biologically. Radiation seems likely. Radiation casing. Radiant resistant casing provides warp core matter antimatter reaction chamber. Okay. I reckon if we find a way to sabotage the coolant. So we don't have to seem to be able to move around at all. I swear the last thing that you have to scan in this game is really impossible to find. It's kind of quite annoying. Okay, let's try bioscans. There's like nothing sparkling away from me though. Normally targeted. Okay, that's what I'm looking at, but apparently it is there. Lydian warp core. One of 4 warp cores powering the LD thermal output indicates each core alone could not sustain the minimum warp, but harmonic fusion of each 2 cores would produce an exponential increase in power. We didn't lock out 2 cores, but we did need that.
Makes sense, since they've been producing at max output since we left Hotari space.
No ship can run for very long like that. Not before a catastrophic failure hits.
It's right on the edge.
So how do we speed it up?
Way to give it a push.
Bet that console down there could tell us a few things.
We're gonna have to walk all the way down there. This time it is making me walk all the way down there. I think we just need to shut off the cooling to 2 of them. And they'll fail, right? The engineering
Whatever we do, we need to make sure that Takan can't undo it.
So we need a way to permanently disable the reactors that won't destroy the ship and kill us all in the process.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Warp core ejection.
Oh.
The question is, how do we make it happen?
I guess we're gonna have to examine all the things, so let's try safety protocols.
Safety protocols don't look much different from the Resolute. Breach protection. Reduce output, command override. Cease matter, antimatter flow, command override. Emergency warp core ejection. Computer control.
Even command functions can't override one of the most crucial safety measures.
So the protocol's still active. That's good.
Correct status.
Like we saw on the bridge, all 4 warp cores are operating at full capacity.
I still think we should shut down the coolant system. We should
The
have
reactor
this.
coolant system is operating at emergency containment levels.
It's just barely keeping the temperature in check.
Maybe we can use that. If it gets this high, their system considers a reactor breach imminent. Looks like if sensors show a core is about to rupture, the computer will eject it automatically rather than risk a breach.
So we need to increase the warp core's temperatures.
If we destroy the coolant regulators, there won't be anything to keep these reactors from going over.
And it will trigger the ejection. Let's peel these suckers open. I'll take that one.
Hey look, I was right.
I'll take the one next to it.
The second you 2 start dumping cores, the Takan will know we're here.
We'll be vulnerable. Stuck in one place while you work.
Start thinking about escape.
We will have to make a stand.
Start thinking about an escape plan. I have a feeling we're gonna need one.
Yeah, me too.
Barricade the door. Work quickly.
We must be running out of time because we had less than an hour until we got wherever it was that we're going.
We might not have our tools, but our phasers can do this in a pinch.
Phasers are good at destroying things.
We better get this right. If we foul it up and this whole thing goes boom, we don't know how much damage that Cartabula will do if we accidentally crack it open.
Look on the bright side. If it all goes to hell, we won't be around to see the fallout.
That certainly inspires confidence. It's not a Starfleet warp core, but the coolant regulator has to be in here somewhere.
Oh, sorry, it's Leslie this time, right? Choosing a phaser this close to a warp core makes me very nervous.
There you are. Time to heat things up.
Warning. Warning. Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
Okay, now they're definitely gonna know we're down here.
Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
Just one more to go.
They're here!
They're cutting through the door. We don't have much time.
We're gonna have to hurry. Man, this is getting intense.
We just got it.
Oh crap. Ouch. Ouch. Like I'm about to die. Crap, I'm dead. Okay, we need to use the barrel some more. So not sure what the difference between retry and retrain story mode is.
Okay,
I've done both multiple times and
got it.
they seem to be identical. Crap. Where did I do that first dive?
Go! Finish!
Because your phaser's battery seems to last a long time. Can't believe all of the Lydians are still alive.
Hey! Would you mind not shooting at the matter-antimatter reactor?
Wait, that's the general.
What? No!
Get the warp core done. We're all dead.
Stand back to full lives. I was back to full lives. This is hard. Okay, let's do the story mode one, see what happens.
What? No!
Well, that happens that symbol comes up in the corner.
All dead.
I took you the explosive bomb thing! Wait, am I not still alive maybe in story mode? I can't get this.
Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core. Warp drive disengaged.
Well, we didn't get back to where we were going. Man, that was intense. These phaser fights are fun, but they are intense. Hey bots, welcome to the stream.
You got another way out of here?
I think so. Tosca, can you climb?
That looks nasty.
I'll see you on the parade grounds of Sorella, my friend.
So she's gonna get herself to save us. We don't have time for your brilliant hand movements. Dude, we need to go. She's gonna die. Close the door now.
You want me? I'm right here.
She's not dead yet. I wish I could have more of the phaser fights. They're really fun. They're really hard, but they're really fun. I kind of wish there was one that we could win, because I feel like so far it's been like falling back.
Not you too.
Is she gonna get a turn? No, not her. No, not this person. I can't remember her name. What's her name? I need to know her name before she dies. Ataska. That was nice. Knowing you, Lieutenant.
Better soon. Wake up, Manka Umet. Return to us. Rejoin the flame.
To reclaim what was lost.
Did it magically heal her leg as well?
Watch this.
I do. I want to remember every moment when I make them pay.
He's very
This is
intense.
the end. I will avenge you, Tosca. Swear to me, you will join me in this.
How about we try to save her?
That's a dream.
I swear, we will make them pay for it.
That's like I can hurt you. She's worried about us. I feel like we're about to jump back to. I forget her name. Ridek. I am just going to pause quickly. Apologies for the streaming soon. We are in the middle of the game. We will be right back because I need a wee. Thank you so much. Be right back. Welcome back. Apologies for nature calling, but we are right back. This is Star Trek Resurgence. I fall into this wheel, you know. I'm guessing that the portal is about to give us the location of the... I can never remember the name of the ship, but the ship that we're on. I guess that's how the two storylines are going to come back together. But yeah, this is exciting. So exciting that we're going to continue it right now. A stranger among us. That's the portal.
There's so much I want to ask you.
There's so little I can tell you. I'm a portal, not a scientist, but I'll certainly do my best. I can only assume this is one of your older starships. One would think, given the importance of your mission, they might send a ship of a more recent vintage. But apparently not.
It's a research ship.
The Resolute is primarily a research vessel, if that's what you mean. Not a warship.
Although she has been known to hold her own in a fight.
Against what?
Has she? So far we've got beaten by pretty much everything we faced in this game. So Boldy and then a purple person talking to one another.
Something wrong?
Not at all. The galaxy has grown more diverse since the days of the Takon Empire.
Because you conquered everyone who didn't look like you.
To the contrary. Most lesser civilizations willingly join the Empire to enjoy the benefits of an advanced way of life. But that expansion came with its own set of problems, so I admire your ability to diversify without creating conflict. That was always our challenge. And perhaps, ultimately, our downfall.
I can't say that we avoid conflict entirely, but we overcome our differences because of our common interests and a shared sense of purpose. A general belief we are better off united than divided.
A concept almost Takonian in principle. We're more alike than you might think.
I feel like the Takon weren't bad people back in the day.
If this is the best you have, then so be it. To locate this scion, Galvan, I'll need full access to your ship's systems.
Full access?
Huh. You must be out of your mind.
No, I'm right here, completely in my mind. Given this is merely a research ship, I won't be able to find him without it. Perhaps I should have made that clear up front. I'll
Shouldn't be a
need to
problem.
make certain modifications.
That shouldn't be a problem.
Excellent.
Solano's gonna flip when he hears this.
Nah, who cares about that guy?
I'll see you on the bridge. Captain Solano, I'd like to introduce you to Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Takan Empire.
Pleasure to meet you, Captain.
Likewise. I can't say I've ever met a portal before. There is no modern equivalent. Not within the Federation, at least.
He's been kind enough to agree to help us find Galvin.
I am at your service. To whatever extent I can be of help.
If nothing else, I'm sure you're happy for a change of scenery. You spent 600,000 years at your post. That certainly takes an uncommon level of dedication.
We all have our duty.
Of course. But I'm curious. You were stationed there in preparation for what, exactly?
Any and all threats to the Empire.
An empire that no longer exists. Which suggests you weren't very successful.
You said you needed my help. I didn't come here to be insulted. Perhaps that was a mistake. I'd be happy to return to Delphi Ardu at any time.
He meant nothing by
You'll
it.
have to forgive him. I'm sure he meant nothing by it.
I know exactly what he meant. His disrespect speaks for itself.
I'm merely curious where you're...
Portal 6-3 felt slightly less offended after Jara defended him from Captain Solano's insult when they first met, but you can understand why she tolerated his ignorance. I don't understand it either, but I don't seem to have an option to do anything else.
allegiances might lie. And clearly it's with the Takan.
Yes, Captain. You have found me out and exposed my true loyalties to the Takan, not to the Scions of the Flame, who do nothing more than tarnish us in name and reputation and don't deserve to be called Takan. That's why I'm here. And if you'd be so kind as to give me access to your ship's systems, we can get on with it. And you can stop wasting my time.
Access to our systems? That's completely out of the question. Tell me that's not what you promised. We're vulnerable enough as it is. And now we're supposed to give him access to everything?
Captain, I know it's a risk. But right now it's our best shot at finding Galvin and that ship.
Here she was, naive enough to believe it wouldn't be a problem. Little did she realize the levels of ignorance and incompetence she was up against.
If you're not enjoying
I like the portal was in the captain.
We'd be more than happy to let you wither
What
away
is he?
back on your pathetic little rock.
Captain?
You clearly do not appreciate the magnitude of the threat the Scions pose. So myopic is your focus on your own ego. I will not be leaving until they have been found.
Commander Ridek, a word.
Can I relieve him of commands now? Dealing with him is getting very frustrating. I want to beat him off the ship.
600,000 years for this.
I feel like he's
You
injuring
realize
himself.
this puts me in an incredibly difficult position. I was against seeking him out from the start, but now, to give him access to our systems? It's insane. And you somehow expect me to believe his allegiance is with us? You heard what he said in there. There's no way we can trust him.
He's Takan, not a Sion.
I might otherwise agree, but you're missing the most important point. He's a Takan, and he may be loyal to the Takan, but not to the Scions of the Flame. He's against everything they believe in. You heard what he said.
There's too much at stake to be wrong on this.
We sought him out for a reason. To help him find our missing crew, Galvin, and those Elydian ships. This is the plan we agreed to with Ambassador Spock.
Which I never liked. But here we are. You know what this mission means to us. Not just for the Federation, but for me personally.
Oh, stop going on about yourself, you knob.
Losing the shield algorithms was bad enough. This
Let's try and play to
could be the end of my career.
Shh, idiots, here you go. We'll take every
We'll take
precaution.
every precaution.
This deserves to be the end of your career. You don't
I'll
deserve
keep a
to
close
wear
eye on
those
him myself.
4
I
rank
appreciate
pins.
that. I'm going to trust your instincts on this one.
Oh, good. Captain, my reputation, Solano. He found himself convinced by it.
For both of our sakes.
I do not like him at all.
Let me know if you find anything.
I want him off this ship.
We're good. You may begin.
I will, of course, have to make a few modifications.
What kind of modifications?
To find Taconian technology requires Taconian technology. If this Scion Gallivan modified his ships, then I must do likewise to yours.
We didn't agree to that.
The galaxy is nearly infinite in size and complexity. This may take a moment.
How long will it
found
take?
something. There you are.
What is it? Galvin?
Someone is using Taconian technology. I can't get the precise bearings, but it's located in the Palisades cluster.
I'll let the captain know. Ridek to Solano. I think Portal may have located Galvin.
I'll be right there.
I'm getting all kinds of interference. Almost impossible to lock on the energy signature.
Where's he hiding?
In the Palisades cluster.
Interesting. Can you lock in on the location?
I suppose he didn't react stronger
Closer.
to the crystals.
Lieutenant Handar, set a course for the Palisades cluster.
Aye, Captain.
Well, I suppose I owe you an apology. You were right after all. That's what I get for questioning the advice of my first officer.
Your concerns were
Always have
valid.
my back.
No apology necessary. Your concerns were valid.
Nonetheless, I should learn to trust your instincts, which were absolutely...
Finally.
Nice work. Let me know if you find anything more.
Will do.
We finally got a compliment out of this guy.
What's wrong?
I didn't want to say anything until I was certain. But the reason for the interference is simple. There's a Taconian device on this ship being used to block the signal. Whoever planted it was
That's the
exceptionally
crystal
clever. They knew how
that
and where
Miranda
to
planted
hide it.
earlier.
But they have underestimated my abilities.
Engineering.
Take care
We're
of the
in
Taconian
engineering.
device, and I can find Galvan for you. It's designed to interfere with all transmissions, or at least delay and confuse the effort to find Galvan's ship.
Why trust me?
Why would you trust me with this?
I cannot be sure I trust anyone on this ship, but you and I came to an understanding on Delphi Ordu. That will have to be enough.
Don't worry, I'll get this fixed. We're going to find that ship.
I like his hair. It's like, looks like a crazy old
Engineers
portal,
would have
but
found
it's
this device
stylized
already
well.
if it wasn't well hidden. Better to rely on my tricorder. There's a lot of noise in here. I should scan the device putting out the most radiation to filter it out. That's better. Most other radiation sources in here are well contained. There's definitely tetrametric radiation nearby. But even with the gain boosted, it's getting drowned out by other sources of radiation in here. Jeffrey's tubes thump harmonics from all over the ship. I'll filter that out. There's still something drowning out the tetrametric radiation.
Maintenance crawl spaces acts as a waveguide for ultra-low frequency acoustic and electromagnetic radiation, generally in the 75 to 85 dB range. Occasionally, with more areas of high recommendation are recommended. Resolute warp core, byproduct radiation of the matter-antimatter reaction, primarily low-frequency radio waves, free neutrinos, and acoustic kinetic energy. There's something over here. The engineer's like, why is the XO wandering around with a tricorder?
A little bit of harmless radiation leakage here, but enough to mask the tetrametric pulses. Easy enough to cancel out. There we go. I'm getting a clear tetrametric signal now.
Awesome. EPS visual inspection conduit, 6 layers of transparent alloys, vacuum barriers, and low-grade force fields contain the raw electroplasma behind these ports. Filtered radiation is primarily infrared and visible electromagnetic radiation between 580 and 1100 nanometer wavelengths. Sparkles are over here. What do we have?
Found it.
Whoa, it grew from what was in the shuttle.
Excuse me. Do you belong here?
I'm the XO.
Commander Ridek.
Oh, it's
sorry.
him.
I didn't know it was you.
Paul. Calloway, right?
Yes. You know, it means a lot that you remembered. What, are you doing back here? I don't mean to pry, but first officers don't usually go digging around engineering compartments.
It's
Sorry,
need to know.
it's not something I can go into.
Right, of course. Forget I asked.
There is one thing you can help with. Have you seen anyone else?
Ooh, he did not like being brushed off. Ensign Calloway was somewhat surprised and slightly concerned that the jar Paul drank when discovered her lacking in engineering.
Recently that might seem out of the ordinary. Maybe someone who doesn't work in engineering.
Not that I can think of, but I can ask around. I'm here almost all the time, but maybe someone else noticed something?
Be discreet.
That would be great. Just be discreet about it. I don't want anyone to be alarmed.
Discretion is my specialty.
I like him.
Oh, I'll leave you alone already. Oh, come to think of it, that Hotari woman was down here earlier with Dr. Duvall finishing the last of the bioscans.
Tylus.
That would be out of the
Is Tylus to come?
Thank you.
I would have been Miranda. It was like from the crystal that was on the shuttle. I believe you didn't see it. It's things like glowing a bit.
Maybe Tylus saw something.
Oh, we still trust Tylus. Surely that's the guy from the surface that got injured.
Tylus, can I speak to you for a moment?
Of course. Is something wrong?
There's something happening. I may need your help. This is important.
How can I help?
When you were in engineering with Dr. Duvall, did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Or anyone?
Not particularly. Why?
I found this, hidden in a compartment down there.
That's Draconian technology. Does that mean there's a scion on board? But Dr. Duvall bioscanned everyone. Every deck, every crew member. I've seen the logs.
Could have been
She could have
Miranda.
been more thorough.
It's entirely possible it was Miranda who planted the device before we caught her.
But we can't assume anything at this point.
No, we cannot.
Could be anyone.
That includes both of us.
You want me to get scanned? Better to know for sure, right? I'll admit, I was around the Scions as much as anybody.
I would feel more comfortable if you did.
I understand.
I do want to trust her because I felt we didn't trust her earlier and I'm set her, but
it's
it
your
was
turn.
her suggestion.
Sure.
But she can't be mad at us for that.
Clear.
Don't sound so surprised.
I thought she was going to say clear
You
then.
spend plenty of time with the Scions as well. You never know.
Let's get to it. The search starts in engineering. Whoever planted the device most likely did it within the last few hours. So I'll start by running a scan, tracking everyone who came through engineering over the last day, in reverse order.
This could take forever to sort through the number of people that were in engineering.
Duplicates?
I'll filter
No,
out
I
the
should come from
duplicates.
non-engineering personnel. I feel like they're taking. Let's do non-engineering personnel.
Filtering for outliers. People who don't work in engineering.
Now this is manageable.
Cross-referencing this list with everyone who's traveled to Hotari.
Yeah, that's free.
Let's see who's left.
Solano's gonna be it!
No, this can't be right.
What?
Of the people that went to Hotari and visited engineering, it could only have been Captain Solano.
According to this, he was here while you went down to Delphi Ardu 4. Which would have been the perfect opportunity. And no one would question
Does that up? Maybe he's not a terrible captain. Maybe he's secretly is the element of flame.
Assuming it's true.
Because he was with the security personnel that came back that got turned. No one explained why he's been trying to like throw roadblocks at every turn for us.
It does explain why he was so opposed to getting help from Portal.
And he made several trips to Hotari. So they had plenty
So
of
he
opportunities
did.
to target him.
What happened when Dr. Duval bioscanned Captain Solano?
She
That's
didn't.
just it. She never did.
How is that possible?
Something more urgent would always come up. There was nothing she could do. But performing a bioscan is the only way to be absolutely sure.
That's not going to be easy. First thing I need to do is get this device to Portal.
Be careful. And good luck.
I'll need it. I found the device.
Interference is gone. I have located Galvin's ship more precisely. He's in the Usonia system.
So then it worked.
This whole region was one of the most sacred for the ancient Takan.
Sacred?
Many consider the birthplace of our civilization. See these comets and planetoids in the outer orbits? Based on their current trajectory, that's Galvin's destination. And legend tells us it's the location of what was once our largest arsenal. Not that we needed it in the late stages of the Empire, but it was there as a precaution nonetheless.
Can you stop him?
Can you stop him? Cripple their ship somehow?
I'm afraid they are too far away for my powers to reach them. We need to be much closer. And even then, they may have defenses against what I am able to do. If Galvin and the other Scions secure the arsenal, they will become extremely dangerous. My people had such power at the height of the Empire. The Takan were as gods, keeping absolute control over countless worlds. I must speak with them directly. However, the presence of this device is worrying. It's highly likely it was placed here by a Scion, hidden among your crew, and it is unlikely this interference device was the Scion saboteur's only trap. If we reach Galvin and the saboteur cripples your ship, we will be at their mercy. Even my powers will not be able to protect us.
We need to
You know who it is?
apprehend Solano.
They may well do more damage if left alone.
Leave that to
Time
me.
is not on your side.
Just leave that to me. I hope to resolve it soon.
The longer you wait, the more time we lose. Bioforming was so rare at the time of the Empire that I am not able to detect if it has taken place. Whoever you...
He suspected you more than she let on when she actually suspects maybe. Yep. I don't want to like
is something you
tell him
want to
outright.
provide on your own.
I'll have it. Once I've bioscanned the person I suspect. I just need to visit Dr. Duval.
That's quite the claim. Told me you were worried about him. But I never imagined this was what was wrong.
I wouldn't be asking you if there was any other possibility.
That would explain why Solano has been too busy for a bioscan lately.
As the ship's doctor, you have the authority to declare him unfit to serve.
You're right. This is the worst-case scenario. Challenging your own captain is a tall order. Are you sure you're prepared for this?
Oh yes, I've been wanting to get him off the
Fail,
bridge.
That's it. The end of your career. Maybe your life.
I am. I have to be.
Good. You know what this is going to take. I'm in. We can't pull this off with just the two of us.
She is right. Dr. Duval admired Jara's strength when she asked about confronting Captain Solano.
I technically have the authority to make Solano undergo a scan, but in reality, he can and will refuse to do it. We need at least another member of the senior staff to support your claim, or this could all blow up in our faces.
Westbrook?
Think long and hard about who you can trust.
Or, what's her name? Who was, like, idolizing me earlier? I sadly have some things that I need to do this evening. And I really want to keep playing, but I have to be a responsible adult and go do the other things I have to do. But that seems like a really good stopping point. Yeah. This is hotting up. It is hotting up fast. Not gonna lie, I don't know when our next opportunity to play will be. It's probably gonna be at least Friday or Saturday. But it has been lovely to have you joining me for this episode today. Solano. It explained so much. Like, at least like when he was berating us for what were secretly the Iconian. Anyway, few twists out of my head, but like, yeah, I was suspicious. Like, at first it was fine when we when we disagreed on how to like save the crew on the surface. At first it was okay, but yeah. But like ever since then, he's been making decisions that like seem anti-Starfleet, let alone anything else. So yeah, I think Solano is the bad guy. I think it's him. But it looks like we won't get to find out straight away next time. But yeah, you guys are gonna have to wait. But so am I. I look forward to playing some more with you guys soon. You might have to wait till the weekend, but if you wanna keep going, keep the suspense up, then you can rewatch from part 1. They're all available over on YouTube. In fact, even after this, one of the things I have to do is edit out the intro and outros, so that they are just like the main video. But thank you so much for watching today. I have been Scott Archer. This has been Star Trek Resurgence, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.